Now, Sarah, you said you were an educator. Now, did you ever want to be an author? Was that ever on the plan?
It was not anything I ever dreamed could even be achieved. So when I was little, I would always write stories. My fourth grade teacher, Miss Green, would write the sweetest little things in the margins about how this was just such a fabulous story. And although she probably did that with everyone, it's just those little bitty encouragements that just help me keep, pressing forward. And I remember as a child at Mountain View Elementary, we had young authors conferences where in our small little rural town, they would bring real authors in. And it just, you could have brought in someone from the NBA and I would have been more impressed with the author that was sitting in front of me. So it was always a job that I never thought I could attain just because it in itself seemed magical. But as I was able to kind of grow up and be a teacher, and then I was able to do some academic writing, and I decided that I wanted to try my hand at seeing if I could get a book published. And somehow, some way, the dream came true. And I'm just so excited to be sitting here today as an author.
That's really exciting. It's fun to see how God moves us through our life and lands us little hints of what he wants us to be doing. And it's, as I know in my own life, I have fourth grade teachers and that also kind of said similar things. And it's just that it's amazing, those people that will come along your path and give you those little hints to direct you where God knows you need to go. And I know my own journey is a little sidesteps, but God is good to continue to try to communicate with us, be patient with us, just like we have to be with little seeds too.
Exactly.
Too fun. Now, when did your writing journey begin?
So my writing journey, as I said, I've always been a writer, but I would like to share with you my first rejection story, which is the true tale of a writer. Actually, I have several rejection stories as a child. I loved Highlights magazine as a kid, and I'll never forget that I submitted a poem to Highlights magazine, and I received back in an envelope, a paper envelope from Highlights magazine, and I was so excited because I thought, yes, they're sending me, in my mind, money. They're going to print my book. But it was my very first rejection letter. I probably received it at like the age of 8 or 9. But I kept on writing and I kept on pressing forward. And I've just always had this love of words. And as I said, when I was a teacher, I went on to earn my PhD from the University of Tennessee after teaching for a few years. And I just had a really amazing professor who brought us under his wing to do academic writing, to write for scholarly journals in the profession of teaching. He helped us learn how to write chapters for textbooks. And I fell in love with writing once again. And that's kind of what led me to write my first book for women who experience pregnancy loss. It was more of a serious book, but filled with hope, God's love. And so his mentorship really helped me remind me that I did want to write. And he helped me learn the process of how to submit work, how to handle rejection, how to resubmit work, and how to know that the editing process really never ends. So my writing journey has just been ongoing, and I'm constantly thinking of new projects and then trying to decide which one to.
You never stop having to learn as a writer. And it's whether you stamp on that author published tag or not, you're always having to continue to learn and to work on what you love. And then that's half the fun.
It is so much fun.